Hi everyone, how are you feeling about Christmas this year? It feels like a really big one because we've missed so much the last couple of years, particularly last year. That whole shutdown thing was really difficult, so I hope you're all really looking forward to Christmas and making it extra special in so many ways. So I've been thinking about Christmas, I've been thinking about gentle parenting at Christmas because you know I love gentle parenting. My kids are now going to be 11, 8 and she'll be 5. She turns 5 in December. Wow. So we've got the double whammy of a Christmas birthday as well, and there's just such a humongous overwhelm for us. We're often really busy, which makes us seem unpresent after the presents, or I'm sure there's some sort of line I can say there, but often it's just a really overwhelming time for kids, and we have such high expectations. That is the key to unlocking a positive Christmas. Think, what does success look like for you for Christmas? If it means impeccable manners, the thank yous, the cuddles, if it means endless gratitude, you know, thank you for this delicious meal, you put so much effort into it, these gifts, my goodness, I couldn't have picked better myself, you know, endless smiles. If we're expecting, you know, this lovely behaviour the whole time and happiness, we're just setting ourselves up for failure, basically. I often think that when I became a mum, the thing I thought about was Christmas Day. I imagined Christmas Day so much, and then I put all that emotional expectation on this tiny little soul who might only be their 3rd or 4th day of ever doing Christmas. Somebody's gonna cry, not even just the kids, you know, it gets a lot. So these are some ways of kind of minimalising Christmas stress and anxiety for your kids through gentle parenting, through just having a bit of thinking about it now, so you're prepared for the day, and what you can do to enjoy it yourself as well, because you really want to enjoy this one, I know. This video is sponsored by an amazing toy subscription service called Whirli. It is one massive tip for Christmas. It's brilliant. I've been really interested in toy subscription services for a long time, so I'm really chuffed that I can give you a discount as well. It's a big discount off this one. So the average spend they found out for kids in Christmas time is £140 per child. And then they also found out that about 24% of gifts are just tossed aside by January. So isn't that crazy? And I really believe that as well, because I know that my kids, suddenly they'll ask for stuff, I'm like, really? That's what you want? And it's just like the it toy that everyone else wants. And I think, are they really gonna play with it if I don't get it for them? They'll be disappointed. So it is a funny time of year, isn't it? To really navigate. Suddenly their wishes are totally different. So with Whirli, or with the toy subscription box, it's basically like this exact thing that I talked about, which is spreading gifts out throughout the day. It's like spreading the gifts out throughout the year, because you go online, you put in a Whirli voucher, you can do different months, you can do 6 months or a year, different amounts per month that you then pick from the latest toys. And these are the good toys, these are the trendy things. I'll show you what I got. Some Barbie stuff, Paw Patrol stuff, brilliant cool toys, not kind of like last season's. You get it, wrap it all up, open it on Christmas Day, but it's a voucher. Then once they're done playing with it, once they get bored of it, you send it back and you swap it for something new. So literally your house doesn't get cluttered. They're constantly getting new toys, new stimulation. They can grow throughout the year with the toys, can keep growing with them, because there's such a big change sometimes what they're into from even by Easter. They send it back when they're ready. So if they love something, they really want to keep hold of it a bit longer, also okay. But if something doesn't really grab their fancy, that can go back earlier and get swapped. So it's just, I think, the future. If I was starting again from scratch with my kids, I would literally have no toys and I would just do toy subscription boxes for sure. And then I would use that also to keep stuff that they really play with. And then have that endless rotation, new ideas. You can buy Whirli vouchers, which I think is a great idea if we're looking for gift ideas, as like for nephews, nieces. That's also a great one to do, because it's a gift that keeps on giving. It's Christmas all the time. So I have a discount code as well for you. So if you put in SJ30, you also get another 30% off, and they can do that on either the 6-month subscription or the year subscription, which is the best value for you. Imagine that all year, and then you can see if they enjoy it. You can do it every single year. Such a good thing. Thank you so much, Whirli, for inviting us to share it with you guys. So my first tip when it comes to planning Christmas for gentle parenting is to really have an emotional walkthrough of the day, which sounds really weird, but I kind of call it disaster planning, and I do it on any big day. So if we go on holiday as well, I'm like, I want this to be the best day ever. I want this Christmas to be so magical, so special. Think, okay, what could go wrong? You know, you think about the tantrums. What am I going to do if my child refuses to sit at the dinner table for dinner, or says all the food's yucky and wants to storm off and play with their toys? How am I going to behave? Am I going to make them sit there because it will offend the rest of the family? Or what am I going to do? What am I going to do if my child opens their presents and then says they don't like them, that they're disappointed, that they don't really want to play with any of them, or seem grumpy or ungrateful for them? How am I going to behave in that situation? Because they will. Like, I've got a child who's particularly, I think he just finds it a lot, and I think that it's sort of this pressure that builds up that this is going to be a one day to get anything, and then the rest of the year you're kind of like barren, which is why Whirli's also a good idea. Imagine next month what you're going to get. So I really think it through, and once you've done that emotional planning of yourself, you can enjoy it. Don't expect perfection. Don't expect a perfect day. Look for the positive, but don't expect perfect. That is like my catchphrase for Christmas. So yes, I want beautiful photos of everyone being happy. Yes, I want those wonderful memories. Will I then let the bad bits ruin it for me? No, I won't. It is a day. They cannot possibly live up to this dream Christmas that we see. We don't even see it in the movies, like at Home Alone. You know, it is a day where there's going to be highlights and low points. And as long as you're emotionally going into it with that awareness, not trying to make it perfect, you'll enjoy yourself a lot more. You'll be prepared. The big thing that I talked about last year a bit as well is the naughty and nice list. I'm just so happy that I don't do it anymore. I did it at the beginning, Santa's watching, if you don't eat your dinner, then what will Santa say? And I've read so much about it now, about how toxic that is for our children, because it puts on their pressure that on the day it is a judgment of them as a character. It strips the magic out of Christmas. It makes Santa like this ultimate dictator, and he's been this authoritative parent for like November and December who's pretty mean, to be honest. If I didn't get to sleep that night, oh, this is why I didn't get the same Lego set that my brother got. And it becomes a real, you know, setting your child up to feel terrible about themselves on Christmas Day. So his naughty and nice list is really not good, and there's lots of articles about it online. I'll link one below by Sarah Ockwell Smith, who is the sort of founder of Gentle Parenting. But it just takes away from what St. Nicholas was, and talk much more about the spirit of Christmas. And kindness, and how Santa recognises everybody for who they are and sees the good in all children. And I think that's such a more positive message. Santa would be proud of you because you showed so much kindness. That's a nice message to start saying, you know, Santa's fine. I'm all right having a little fantasy of Santa. You know, my kids believe in unicorns. That's fine. When they don't anymore, also fine. But yeah, I think that looking at the spirit of Christmas a lot more. So this year, how to cement this, I'm going to be doing my letters for Santa with the kids, which I love to do. I think it's such a sweet little part. Rather than making this a big long list of what you want to get for Christmas, I'm going to ask them to write to Santa about all the good things they have seen their siblings do. So I can just imagine if Freddie was writing all the lovely things to Santa about Evelina and Finn, it puts him in this really nice place where he's thinking about their positivity. They get a really nice emotional connection between a lot of them, emotional well-being, you know, play. And then when they send it off, then on the day, hopefully when they do receive something from Santa, they'll be reminding themselves of those kind acts that their siblings see in them, or their attributes. So I think it's a really lovely way of stripping a bit of the commercialism out of Santa as well. Going back to the Christmas spirit, good old St. Nick. A big tip I said last year, which a lot of you loved, was the idea of spreading the toys out throughout the day. So I think particularly for under fives, this whole coming down, ripping everything open, everything's done in a second, and then leaves you feeling a bit empty and hollow for the rest of the day. I'm traumatised, clearly traumatised. I think spreading out throughout the day is such a good idea. So in the morning, giving them the toys, maybe mid-morning opening some board games that you can play with as a family, maybe at lunchtime opening some sweets after dinner, at bedtime, bath time, opening some bath toys and some bath bombs, but spreading it out so they have like little droplets of joy all day. so exciting for kids, much more fun than this whole tradition that we have about ripping everything open at the beginning of the day. I find that they don't even then go through the toys, or they're sort of like seeing it and bored of it by 1 o'clock. So yeah, spreading them out all day is so good. I'm really hoping that I can do that this Christmas with my sister and my nieces, who I'm having Christmas with this year. And then the other thing I realised is I don't at all foster giving. So as much as I talk about the spirit of Christmas with them and kindness, I'm not actually teaching them the pride and the joy of giving, because I don't actually give them any money to buy presents. So I will just buy presents from us and then presents from Santa. They don't give each other presents on Christmas Day, and I don't buy us presents on Christmas Day. So I'm going to really rectify that, because how can I say to them it's about the joy of giving if I'm not letting them give anything? Yes. So what I'm going to do is, I did it one year when I just gave them like £3 each, and I sat on the bench outside the pound shop, and they went into the pound shop and bought me something. They were obviously old enough to do that at that point. I'm not Evelina. And they were so excited about their gifts they were given on Christmas morning. It did deflect from what am I getting immediately. And I think that's a really special thing to do. So it doesn't have to be big, expensive gifts. Just go to the pound shop, walk around, what can you get for everybody? Get something for Nan and Grandad. And I think the fact that it's from them, they did get really excited about that, wrapping it up themselves. They were keen to see their siblings open the presents from them more than they were keen to open their own gifts. So have a think, you know, you're talking about giving and the Christmas spirit, are you actually enabling that? Because I wasn't. And the next thing I'm going to do is, when I'm writing my schedule, I'm going to schedule in playtime. I feel like this gets really neglected. I feel like I plan for the adult time more than I even do to sit down with the kids. So like, I'll get up, we'll do this really fancy breakfast, I'll have to clear away all of the rubbish from the toys, I'll get myself ready, and the day just kind of goes by in such a blur. Your mum and dad are always really, really busy until sort of much later on in the afternoon, whereas this time around I'm going to actually schedule in an hour at least after each toy that they get. Well, not an hour after each toy, that's a bit much. 20 minutes after each toy, if I spread them out throughout the day, that when we open it, we sit and engage and play with it right then, because I do think that play gets forgotten on Christmas Day because I'm so busy, there's so many other adults around. So going off quietly one-to-one with each child at some point during the day and really spending one-on-one time looking at their gifts, playing with them, and really giving them my time, the gift of my presence, will be a really positive thing on Christmas Day. And the last thing is, enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself as much as you can as well. And it might be that Christmas Day isn't going to be your day. It might be your day, you're cooking, you're cleaning, you're giving your best out, you're keeping everyone's emotions bubbling along, and I find it emotionally draining, trying to keep all these, I always think of it as pots and that somebody's always simmering over, basically. I'm like there having to deal with it all. So give yourself a day, whether that's you've booked a little spa day in between Christmas and New Year where it's just for you, or the lead up to Christmas you book in some sort of walks with friends or window shopping with friends. Doesn't all have to be about buying, and just really enjoy yourself. When you write your plan now, I plan Christmas now, every weekend's planned, so that when I'm there in the moment I can really enjoy myself. So do that as well. It doesn't have to be the perfect day, but it can be a really joyful season, and have a think about it in that way. If you're missing loved ones, sending my love to you also as well. I know that's really difficult, so yeah, you are in my thoughts. I will leave that Whirli discount code below. Do use it. Let me know also what you think of it in the comment section below. I'd love to give the company some feedback from us lot. I just think it's a wonderful idea. The gifts that Evelina got are insanely brilliant, and I think she's going to love the idea of sending it back and getting new stuff, because who wouldn't? I reckon that like they should do this with clothes, like new season's clothes. Yes, let's start that company. Thanks Whirli for the idea. I will see you on my next video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new, for some reason you've watched all this and you're not subscribed, please subscribe. That is the way to support me and my channel. And I'll see you on the next one, guys. Bye bye.